Welcome to the world's first Straight Talk Solarcast. This is your go-to podcast for answers about solar. Brought to you by Solar Harmonics in Northern California, who invite their customers to own their energy by purchasing a solar panel system for their home, business, or farm. Each episode, we discuss questions facing people making the decision to go solar. The solutions to your questions are given to you straight by one of the leading experts in the solar industry, Jamie Duran, president of Solar Harmonics. Feel free to search our library for answers to questions that you're facing when considering solar. And now, here's Adam Duran, our host with the questions, and Jamie Duran, our solar expert with Straight Talk Solarcast.
Hello, Jamie.
Hello, Adam.
How's everything in the land of solar this week?
It's popping. It's happening. It's a lot of people very excited to go solar. And so we are definitely getting down to our deadline, our internal deadline, that if someone hasn't signed by August 31st, we can't guarantee the system will be installed. And then today we just got hit with a funny thing.
Funny haha or funny oh no.
Funny like, oh my God, come on. And so I submitted an order to our supplier and they came back and said, oh yeah, those solar panels, we're out of them. So what do you want to do? Yeah. So anyway, we're pivoting to other solar panels. So basically to our customers who have not signed yet, the panels that you were hoping for are all gone. And so now, unless you want to wait, and then it's a little bit dicey on what's going to happen as far as what's going to be available as we head to the end of the year. And so, yeah, it's getting nuts. But yeah, we still have panels, and they're still really good panels, and so no need to panic. But yeah, it didn't help that the REC factory in Singapore had a major fire, and so that's not great. And then it also isn't helping that Q-Cell, which is a major solar panel manufacturer. All of their shipments got stopped at the docks, and so they're trying. Yeah, crazy. And
for tariff related or just terrorist related?
Tariff related.
Tariff related.
So, wow. Yeah, and it's a big mess right now. So it's all we're saying is let's just be flexible. Let's know that we're doing our best. And yeah, it's not. And the crazy part was just even a couple of weeks ago, I had said, okay, just in case this one runs out, what's my backup? And they said use this one as a backup. And now the backup is out, and the first one is out. So we're on our third round, but like I said, they're still really good panels. And we're going to be, it's always exciting. Always exciting.
Can I ask one question?
Sure.
I'm assuming the panels are all kind of within an acceptable range of production.
Sure.
Like a similar range. So that window is whatever, 2% or something like that. Am I crazy thinking that?
Real close. It's just, the ones we sell, we are really happy with, and the customers are really happy with. It's just unfortunate, the REC we think is the best solar panel out there. They just happen to have a gigantic fire. And then we also like the Mission Solar panels as our U.S. brand. They're made in Texas, and they're really, really good solar panels too. They're out. And so they just got bombarded with, because everyone is doing what we're doing. They're trying to get them all done before the end of the year. So very interesting. But then also the president just yesterday went on his social media and said how solar is destroying farmers, and he doesn't like it. And they're going to be pulling all programs building solar panels on our farmland. So.
Wow.
That's not great if you are a solar farm, you're an installer and you've gone through these solar farms take years, absolute years to get approved.
And aren't they out like in the middle of nowhere where there are no farms? I mean, like
agricultural? Generally they're put on farms, but a lot of times they're not put on, in California, which is what I can kind of speak to, is that there's different grades of agricultural land. So if you have a really beautiful flat piece of land that has lots of water, they classify that as the A grade. And you are not allowed to put solar on the A grade because they use that for food production.
Okay.
But if there's a corner of that A field and there's a giant pump that's pumping the water from the delta or the aquifer or the canal, so the crops can have water. That's unusable because basically, so the solar that we've installed anyway, it uses the unusable part, or we can install a structure like a shade structure over, kind of where the tractors go. Not a great idea because tractor drivers aren't as careful all the time, and a lot of times they're doing it at night and everything. But in any event, but there's tons of unusable. Like if you have land that has a lot of hills in it, and it's really difficult to grow anything but say wheat or alfalfa, this is a great idea. And if what's happening is a lot of times the farmer will say, oh, well, I can make X amount with my alfalfa, but if I put in solar, I'm going to make X times 10. And so
Wow.
and that's what's happening. And there's a ton of these solar farms happening all over the country, and Texas is a big area for them. And so President not so happy of it. He's calling it the scam of the century, and that wind and solar are driving increases in electricity prices. And so
what?
Yeah.
How about that? but you're that doesn't logically make sense to say.
Could not agree more. But yeah, he said he's not a fan. But in the solar industry, it is so industry. Solar is not a gigantic industry either. It's
right.
And to just target solar like this is pretty crazy. But yeah, he's not so excited about solar. And so something else we. Get while the getting's good, everybody. And he'll start with solar farms because those are big, and he already has. I mean, a decimated solar industry. We've talked with several solar companies, and they're either booming right now or they're completely dead, which is very strange. I don't know how they're not getting tons of projects right now. But yeah, and the other odd thing is that he did not address the utility companies. So he's saying solar and wind projects increase the price of electricity, when it kind of does the opposite. And so there was an article in The Guardian about the impact of the trade tariffs on utility prices and what's going to happen. And already across the country, so not just California, according to this article, household electricity bills have already increased 10% since the president reported for duty at the White House. So what was that, January? So it's been 7 months, and electricity bills across the country have gone up 10%. And they're saying
wow.
Because of the tariffs and the pro-fossil fuel, anti-renewable energy policies, that this is also going to increase prices as much as 74%, which is, hello, what? I can't imagine if you like had an electricity bill that's $1,000, which we're seeing all the time now, and having now to expect to go $1,700. For 1 month, I just don't know how people do that, and so that's pretty crazy. And California just had a few days anyway where they were producing more power during the day than the state used. So that's pretty amazing. And then Sunrun just had an event where they took everyone, anyone who enrolled in this program, they were able to discharge their batteries to help offset the tension on the grid. And that was very, very successful. But anywho, yeah, that's fascinating. It's weird when the president is not really pro an American industry and is doing his darndest to get rid of it. But it is fascinating because electricity prices from the utility keep going up, but solar, which if you own it, and once it's paid for, it doesn't stop producing. That's what's the incredible part. And it can really help Americans. It can really help people with their budgets. And if they're a homeowner, it can really decrease the cost of home ownership and to keep to keep chopping down the solar industry, but it just keeps on coming is a pretty good testament to the industry and testament to the solar customers, because they're very, very vocal, and we need to keep it up and certainly defend solar against this president, because he is active on getting it gone. But I don't know if he can, because so in this article, it said in New Jersey, rates have already gone up 20% in 1 month. So just in June, they went up 20%. So.
Wow. So like PG&E is for California, like the tip of the spear for the rest of the country to look at and go, okay, let's get going.
Yeah. Why are we so charging so cheap? And
why are we so cheap? I mean,
it's because they're not a monopoly. In other states, you have a choice of which electricity company. Not in every state, but lots of states you can pick, or they're regulated by the public, and that's kind of how PG&E is supposed to be too, but not so much. And then the other crazy part is that they're starting to figure out, oh wow, these data centers and artificial intelligence, they need a lot of power, and we really just don't have enough land to make a solar farm big enough for a data center. So now they're considering nuclear options, not bombs or anything, but nuclear power to support and provide the power for these AI data centers. And so that's going to be pretty fascinating how things happen with that. And we'll see how things go. But hopefully, if you have a data center near you, you're probably going to have a nuclear reactor real soon. So, crazy. All kinds of craziness all the time in solar. But yeah, if you're waiting to go solar, I was having a conversation with a gal today who said, I think I'm just going to hold off and check. And I'm like, all right, but come January 1st, it's gone. The tax credit is gone. And she just couldn't comprehend that. Yeah, this is not a sales tactic. This is actual. This is how it's going. It's we're not trying to put pressure on people, but it will be gone real soon. So get on it if you haven't, and if you're thinking about expanding your system, get on that too. If you just want to add batteries on, you got plenty of time, because those were not affected. And if you have a commercial project, we do have time for that as well. So it won't be as frantic. But anywho, that's all I got for today. 4 different topics. Oof.
Oh boy! Wow. Has the solar industry done this to themselves?
Lots of things have happened in the solar industry, but that's a whole nother podcast.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yep.
We will wrap it up there. Thanks for taking a few more minutes out of your week to learn a little bit more about solar. If you have a question for Jamie for an upcoming episode, please go to our Facebook page, Straight Talk Solarcast. Send us a message through there. If you'd like to check out a library of our past episodes, you can go to our website, solarharmonics.com, click on the podcast link at the top of the page, and you'll be taken to that library. Finally, if you have a friend considering going solar, this would be an excellent podcast to refer them to, because it will save them a ton of money over the life of their system. And it sounds like it's like the only hedge that we have that we can kind of control costs. So your friend will love you. Trust us. Until next time, see you.
That's all for now. Thank you for listening to this episode of Straight Talk Solarcast with solar expert Jamie Duran. Join us each week for more answers to your solar questions. Speaking of questions, got some? Email us at solarcast@solarharmonics.com, and we'll be sure to give you an answer in an upcoming episode. This episode of Straight Talk Solarcast is brought to you by Solar Harmonics, the leading solar energy developer in Northern California, who invite you to own your energy. Visit them on the web at www.solarharmonics.com.